Hello everybody, my name is Megan and today we are going to be making caterpillars. So I'm going to show you a little closer, but I've got it so he can move. So for this all you're going to need is one piece of paper. I have green construction paper, but if you have plain you can color it green, still works. You'll need markers, a ruler, a pencil. I have toilet paper. You can use tissue or paper towel, either or works. Tape, scissors, and glue. I'm using a hot glue gun, so if you are using one too, just make sure you're in a safe space. So let's get started. Alright, so first you're going to want to fold your paper hamburger style. So once you fold that, you're going to cut along the seam, putting it into two parts. Okay, so once you do that, you're going to take the one piece and you're going to fold it hot dog. So you want to go like this. There we go. So now that we've done that, we can draw the shape of our leaf. So for the leaf, you just want to do one side. So you're going to draw on here. You're going to go down and back up. So it'll be just one leaf. And you kind of want to make sure that when you do go up, that you give a lot of room so that there's a big space here, like a big hill. Okay, just going to make it a little bit bigger. There we go. Okay, so once you got that, you can start cutting it out. And it's okay if you make it a little edgy too, like if it's not a straight cut, because leaves have little edges on them anyways. So once you're done, it should look a little like this. So what you're going to do is you're going to fold it back up, and you're going to start bending one piece in. So you're going to take the tip, and you're going to bend it down just a tiny bit. I'll come closer so you can see. So I've only bent it down just a little, and you're going to bend it the opposite way now. So I've bent it back, and then you're going to bend it back forward. And you're going to continue this all the way down till you get to the bottom. So I'm bending it back, and then I'm bending it back forward, bending it back again, one more time forward, and the bottom. So now you can unfold it and open it up, and it should give it that leaf vine look. Okay, so now that we've got the leaf, we are going to work on the caterpillar. So for the caterpillar, I used 2 squares of the toilet paper. So if you have tissue or paper towel, anything around this size would work great. So you're going to take your pencil and you're going to start rolling it up. And you want to make sure that when you're rolling, it stays even on both sides. There we go. Now that I've got that, I'm just going to hold it down and I'm just going to add a little bit of glue just to keep it together. Okay, so now that I've got that together, I'm just going to let that dry for a sec. So once we have that, you're going to put a strip of glue all the way down because once we do that, we're going to scrunch it together. So I think that's dry enough. There we go. Now the glue's on there, you can start pushing it together. Okay, once you pushed it together, you can just let that dry for a second. Okay. You can start slowly pulling it off. Once you have it off, it should look a little like this. Okay, now you can set him to the side. We're going to we'll just let the rest of the glue stick until we need to put it on our stick, and we can draw on it after. So now we're going to work on the little holder on the leaf. There, that's got the stick going inside. So for that, I actually used the scraps. So I just cut off a tiny piece there where the square was, the bottom. So all you need is a tiny little square. And for this, you're just going to, you know what, you might even need smaller than that. Mine, I did go big, but I think I'm going to do a little bit smaller. There we go. Okay, so about that size is perfect. So you're going to take your pencil and you're just going to roll it. And again, you want to make sure that it's even on both sides. Once you get it there, I leave a little flap open and I put some glue on the inside just so we can hold it down. There we go. And I'm going to press it down. Ooh, got some glue on me. There. And you can slide it off. Now you have your little holder. And if you find it's too long, you can still even just clip a tiny bit off on the bottom. And it won't affect it at all. Okay, so with this piece, you're going to glue it on one of the ends of your leaf. Either or is okay. So I'm going to use the side where I already put glue on for the seal, and I'm just going to put a tiny bit there. Make sure I get it on the edge because I don't want it to fall off. And I'm just going to put it on my leaf. Now, I leave a little extra room at the end, so I let it come off the leaf a little bit. So we can let that dry. Now that that's dry, the caterpillar's dry, we can actually start drawing on it. So for the first one, I just colored the tip of it black, and then I had put polka dots all over it. You can do different designs. You can put lines, or you can change the colors. So I think for this time, I will use blue. don't know if there's a blue caterpillar. That's okay. So what I did was I started by coloring the tip of the caterpillar here. So we just kind of give it a head. So I'm going to go all the way around. There we go. And the perfect thing too is it kind of bleeds with the tissue. Right, so now that we got the head done, we can start designing the body. So I'm going to put polka dots again. I really like the dots. So I'm putting dots all the way on both sides, all the way down the back. Okay. So now that that's done, it should look a little bit like this. And now we're going to work on the stick. Okay, so for the stick, you're just going to need your ruler to measure out, you want your centimeter side. So I would say you want to measure out about 3 centimeters. And I like to put a dot, and I'm going to flip it over and measure 3 centimeters again. And now I'm going to connect my dots for my line. And we can cut your strip out. Now, depending on how big you made your holder on your leaf, you want to make sure that you make the stick longer, so that way you have room to move your caterpillar on your leaf. So for this one, I'm just going to measure it up a little bit. So putting it beside, so I want to make sure that I have about this much wiggle room. So for me, I'm going to cut it about there. And you can measure yours the exact same way. So now that I have my piece, I like to start by rolling it on my pencil because I find it loosens up the construction paper a little bit and makes it easier to not rip. So I'm going to start by bending a tiny bend in it. And I'm going to continue to bend it all the way to the very end. Okay, now that I've done that, it should look like a flat stick. So this is where I used the tape because I found it was a little bit easier to control. So just tiny pieces. I put one at the top, keeping it secure and tight. And then I also put one in the middle to also keep it together. And then I put one at the very bottom. I find this also helps it glide through the leaf hole you have. Okay, so now that we have our stick, we can go ahead and glue the top head of our caterpillar to one end of the stick. And you want to make sure that when you do, you kind of press it down. So that way when the body moves up, it kind of makes it go up like that, like a normal caterpillar would. Okay. So I'm just going to put a tiny bit of glue on my stick. There we go. Give it a second to dry. Okay, now that you have that, you can slip it inside your holder there on your leaf. So there we go, it's inside. So for the bottom, you actually glue the caterpillar to the end of the holder. So that way when you push it up, it catches it. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the holder, and make sure that when you do put the glue, your stick isn't sticking to it either. There we go, got a tiny bit of glue. And I'm going to set the caterpillar right on top. Fun fact, caterpillars actually don't drink water. They get their water and nutrients from their plants, their host. And the best part is that on rainy days, they're in favor because the trees and from the water grow and get their own nutrients. So now, not only are the trees and the plants growing, but it's helping these little guys grow too. And each caterpillar has their own plant host too, which is pretty interesting. I thought it was pretty cool that they don't drink water. But anyways, there you guys go. You have your own little moving caterpillar. I hope you guys enjoyed this activity and have a great day. Bye.